Welcome to another Erik Wait whiskey study, and I'm celebrating a bourbon month, March 2019, here on my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the FEW Bourbon Whiskey from Illinois. I want to explore bourbons, not just from Kentucky, sort of the homeland of bourbon, but from other states as well. But before we get into this bottle, here are my notes.
FEW Spirits was founded in 2011 by Paul Helpgo. The distillery is located outside of Chicago in Evanston, Illinois. The name is taken from Frances Elizabeth Willard's initials, a historical figure who made Evanston the home of the Women's Christian Temperance Union. Ironically, Frances was a staunch supporter of Prohibition and was one of many who played part in ensuring Evanston remained a dry city beginning in 1855 and finally ending in 1972. The company currently produces 4 spirits, including bourbon whiskey, barrel gin, rye whiskey, and American gin. FEW bourbon is aged in small barrels ranging in size from 5 to 30 gallons. The barrels are made from Minnesota oak, which has a shorter growth season and a tighter grain than other types of oak. The bottle in review is batch number 18E21. This information is handwritten on the side of the bottle along with the distiller's signature. It is bottled at 93 proof or 46.5% alcohol by volume. It is aged for less than 4 years, and the mash bill consists of 70% corn, 20% northern rye, and 10% two-row malt.
Alrighty, as you saw there, the name of the distillery is sort of a tongue-in-cheek, sort of a thumb of the nose at those behind Prohibition. And this bottle, I've gotten it down a bit below the shoulder. This takes a little bit of time to open up. One just had a neck pour. It wasn't quite green, but it did seem really, really youthful. So it requires a little bit of patience for it to really open up. As you saw there in the notes, they're using smaller casks, so more surface contact between the wood and the spirit. So larger casks, you're going to have less contact between the spirit and the oak. Smaller casks, you're having more contact. So on the nose, it does have sort of a youthful wood note to it. If you ever worked in a wood shop or ever perhaps out in the garage, if you got a plane or something like that, and you put a 2x4 through it, you get that sort of fresh smell of a young wood. I do get that even though it's charred oak. It has a high rye content, and the result is it does have a real spicy presence to it. It's got, you know, your traditional caramel, butterscotch, vanilla, although I would say it takes some time to get to those notes, but it has this real big spicy note to it from beginning to the middle and in the end. It's like a licorice and anise note to it, combined with some cinnamon, a little bit of herbal notes to it. And then underlying all the spicy notes is sort of baked apples with cinnamon, vanilla, cardamom, maybe a little bit of nutmeg. And the youthfulness seems to sort of back off as you work your way down to it. For me personally, I like this on ice. It really, I would say, accentuates the vanilla notes on it. It also seems slightly sweeter when you drop the temperature on it. It is sweet from the beginning. It is dry on the finish. It has a nice silky mouthfeel to it, with a spicy kick on the end. Now, whether you like this or not is going to depend on whether or not you like rye. If you're not a rye guy, if you're not that spicy guy with that rye, the licorice note on the back end, this is probably not going to be for you. If you like a heavy rye or high rye bourbon, you might like this. You might like this, but I'm going to say you're going to want to be patient to get it down below the shoulder. Now, this goes for anywhere between 40 and 50 bucks. I like it. I'm going to give this a solid 88 points, but I also know it's not going to be for everyone. I also know that price point is going to be a challenge because there are some superb superb bourbons in that price range, coming from larger producers, well-known producers, and it's going to be tough to compete with them. That's, say, the Knob Creek single cask. That's a tough one to compete with. That is such a high price quality ratio. This is going to be tough to challenge that. But I think it's worth checking out to experiment and get beyond the Kentucky borders and try things from other states as well. All right, that's it for this review. If you subscribe to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you haven't yet subscribed, but you like watching my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. Give it a thumbs up and share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and other social network channels. And if you've had this bourbon or any other spirit from FEW Distillery, let me know what you thought of them in the comment section down below. And until next time, cheers.
Hey, if you like my review, be sure to check out these other whiskey videos.